everyone, it's Jen from Jen Designs, and today I am sharing my latest project made for Country Craft Creations design team. This is made with the new Doodlebug Butterfly Kisses, super cute collection. And this is a 6x9 album with 1.5-inch spines. And before I get through the actual walkthrough, I did notice when I made this that I made a little boo-boo. It works and everything fits, but if you look down inside there, you see how my little give space is kind of wrinkled up. So what I had done is I measured wrong. So if you want to avoid that, once we get inside, I will show you. My pages were 5 3/4, and then I have my 1/4 inch extra space, and then I have a 1/2 inch that goes on the hinge. That makes 6 1/4 when the album is only 6, and that is why these are kind of ruffling up. I'm going to leave it because I was almost done with the album before I figured it out. But what I will say is that the only thing you would need to change is either lessen your page width to 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2 and leave that 1/4 inch give space, or you can just take away the 1/4 inch give space. It will still work wonderfully if you're doing the accordion spine that we did in here. And then any pockets and such would just be adjusted for that 1/4 inch. So the tutorial will be the same, just certain areas where there's pockets, and I'll point them out when I do my walkthrough here, where you need to adjust those if you do lessen. That is what I would do. I like to have the give space, but I would just lessen my pages. So rather than doing 6 1/4, I would do the page at 6 and then do the 1/2 and the 1/4, and that would leave me with a 5 1/4 instead of a 5 1/2 inch page. Okay, hopefully that all made sense. So I made a homemade shaker just using stacked chipboard pieces that I cut into frames. Put one of the little 4x4s underneath there. You can see it's a little frog. And then I just added some shaker bits. These are the Doodle Pops, this whole set here. I popped up one of the stickers here and this gorgeous ribbon that was in my design team package, as well as that glittery Tonic cardstock. And then on the back, this wraps around, and I put one of the borders here of the strip. And then this, I thought it was cute to have the sun above and the garden below. And then I liked this aqua coordinating solid so much that I left that on my spines and didn't put anything else because I really liked it. So let's open this up and I will show you everything. So see how you see this is kind of, it fits, everything fits in there. But what is happening with these pages is that my give space is kind of wrinkling like an L. If I didn't have that give space, or I didn't have that extra 1/4 inch, then my pages wouldn't do that. So, all right, so when you open here, we have 2 vertical pockets with some photo mats in them that I just popped some tabs up, and I used a couple punches that you can get from Country Craft Creations. For the tabs, I used this one here, and we have a larger one here as well. And on the back, they're white. So you could put these in either way. I mean, I could do one of each. I could put them in that way. Then our inner flap. Now this one, because this closes over this, I didn't want anything too bulky. So I do have some of the ephemera pieces here, one of the tags, and then I just cut some of the coordinating cardstock and made a little frame here to add a picture to, and then a little pocket with one of my scraps, along with a sticker and one of the border strips. Open this to the first signature. So the first signature has stacked pockets, and I put a little tags and a large photo mat here that you can add photos to. And I actually have one of the stickers up here. And this is on with little thin scrapbook adhesive foam dots, which are linked below. They'll be linked in the tutorial, so you know where to get those. But they're the really thin white ones, and it doesn't make it stick up too much, but it does stick up a little. So then this first signature opens this way. All this room here for photos. All this room. I couldn't bear to put anything on top of these frogs. They're just so cute. I really wanted to lean into all the pretty bright colors and patterns in this collection. So there's a lot here. This bright pink, and then this little guy here is actually a pocket that I made this fun long. It's a fun way to use these. So that just slides in there, and I use some of that yellow seam binding. And then we have this closed. There's a magnet inside these. And then on the back of Signature 1, we have this fun. I absolutely love this little door in the cut-aparts. And then I have this little pink ribbon. You open this up, and I put a little bit of this here, and you can add a photo or some journaling. And I'm just going to tie that back shut. I just thought the door was cute, and I had to use it. I do have a little bit of this left over, quite a bit of the ephemera. So I might make another folio or something with that as well. Then I just popped one of the 4x6s up on some black artisan and put that in there. The beginning of Signature 2, as you can see, I coordinated with Signature 1. It also has a little door here that opens to put some journaling or pictures in. And we will just bring that over here away from our little mushroom faces and tie her shut. And then this lifts up. There is a magnet under here. So there's the magnet here, and then there's one on the pocket. And again, we have one of those cut aparts and another cut apart here. These cute little bugs at the top and the bottom. And see that? Little buggies. Super cute. And there's some of that Tonic glitter cardstock. And then we're going to move on to the back side of Signature 2. And this one, I have one of the tags. I have this popped up on foam on the edges so that you can just stick your tag in. And this probably is one of my favorite pages in this, is this. I love this look. I used just a scalloped circle nesting die that I had to cut out a black piece that's heavy black cardstock, and that popped that up on there. And then I just put this cute one of the border strips. I just love how this all coordinates. And again, there's a magnet here and a magnet here. Our final signature has these fun little flaps. So you have these two photo mats that come out of pockets, and then this flips open. You can put some journaling here. Then these flip open this way, and there's room for photos, and those just close. That closes over. And I could put these in either way. I did have to cut, I should have put my flower in just a little bit more. It's popped up on foam so that I can slide a picture under there. And I should have moved it over just a tad bit because it kind of gets caught here. But as you can see, these are really floppy, so you really don't need that give space with this type of a hinge. But I opted for 5.5-inch pages and did not really look at my measurements very well when I did it. Like I said, it does work, but if it were me, again, which it is me, but if I were to make the same album again, I would adjust these pages. So anywhere that you see like these would go down 1/4 inch if you adjust your pages to 5 1/4. These wouldn't change because they are vertical. All right, so this is another one of my favorites. Again, I used a scalloped circle die that I had, and you could use any circle die or circle punch to make this. This was a 4x4, and I cut it out of there because this is the same pattern as what is on my belly band. And then I just have a little tabbed belly band. Again, I used that tab punch for that. And then our back one here has, this is popped up on foam. This one is not. Again, I have the nice photo mat that I made. One of the little 3x4s with the cute little frog. I added this fun little piece of ephemera here. And then our final page over here, again, we have a couple things popped up on foam, some stickers, and we have a few little inserts. So there's this one here with that cute little frog inside, one of the tags, and then we have this fun one that opens up. And you could also line this one with white paper if you wanted to and have it for both sides, and then journal on the front. And then underneath that, which this is holding our waterfall down, we have a 6-page waterfall. And you can actually stick stuff under here too. There's plenty of room to stick things under this pocket as well. Like I could put my tag under there and have it on the bottom, and then stick this here. Easy peasy. So that is my album, and I have a full tutorial for this. Again, if you don't like the fact that these are all scrunching up a little bit, there's still a lot of room. Like you could still fit photos in it the way it is, but I would highly suggest making your pages a 1/4 inch shorter or eliminating that 1/4 inch of give space. Those would be the best options. So that is my album, and I hope that you enjoyed it. This is actually the first thing I've ever made with Doodlebug, believe it or not. I like how it turned out. I love this paper. I thought it was adorable. And yeah, so keep watching my channel because I will probably do something with the scraps I have left over of this, as well as the summer collection that I used previously. So maybe a 2-for-1. Bye-bye. Have a crafty day.